The Touge. A curvy... No, not that curvy. This curvy, generally mountainy road that is so very popular to absolutely send Japanese cars down. Whether that be by means of going sideways or by means of racing another in a battle to see who can take the track faster, and in most cases without ending not only their career, but their everything. This is where I have been spending my time lately on Assetto Corsa. In my last video, I was building up cars to take around the Nürburgring and the meat lobby that had regulars in them that would often race each other around the track or just run the track for fun. Around the same time, I had seen Jimmy the Beast Broadbent.
The Touge Union community has over 10,000 members and is comprised of people like myself who want to go Touge racing on Japanese mountain roads.
And yes, I do believe that is his legal name. Another alias he likes to go by is Jimmer. Anyway, he put out a video on these Touge Union servers and it looked like a lot of fun and what I was currently craving after coming from my Nerby runs, so I decided to get involved. First off, let's get one thing straight. The Touge is a cruel mistress. She doesn't care what kind of car you drive, whether that be a Ferrari or a Suzuki Cappuccino, which I didn't get to use at first because the sound didn't work and I need to be able to hear when I have to shift. So I asked the question in the Discord if it was just me in a few more words than that, but we'll get back to that. Anyway, no matter the car, she will happily chew you up and spit you out. If she doesn't know who you are, you better get to know her well if you want to have a good relationship with her. Now, I've seen many people during my bonding time on the Touge get absolutely destroyed, and you may see me laugh, and it's not because I'm making fun of them, it's because I too understand their pain. I at first was using a bunch of different cars until I got my best time with this MRS. And ain't she a beauty? Also, the things that scare me about mods rear their ugly head. I don't know why, but opening cars in the showroom causes my virus scanner to trigger, and then it spikes my anxiety. Anyway. I try not to think about it. So I hadn't recorded any of my driving with those cars. What I did record was with this Suzuki Cappuccino. Now you may be wondering, well, you said you didn't have sound for that car. And yes, this is correct. Until I checked back in the Discord. Apparently I wasn't the only one who had the sound issue. It was just a problem with that car. So, someone recommended to use a different car sound, and even recommended the V1 of the Suzuki Cappuccino. Man, what a Chad coming in with the best advice. So I went to YouTube to see if anyone had been showing off the car, and found the V1 file. So now it was actually time to see what this car can do. This car, sporting a whopping 170 horsepower, honestly was a joy to drive. And I think my personal best time would be a good indicator of that. In my Nürburgring video, I had gotten faster lap times with quicker cars, where here, I was breaking my personal records the slower the car got. But beating my personal records isn't where the party really starts. That's just how you warm up before the feeling deep inside you turns into a roaring blaze. When you start chasing and being chased, both of which cause you to act in different ways that cause you to lose focus and crash. At least for me, anyway. When I would chase, I would focus too much on the car ahead, and me trying to close the gap, that I would then crash. If I was the one being chased, I would worry that I would be the one to fuck up, and then crash, and now it's more pressure because he too will crash. This pressure, very reminiscent of my time just last week on the Nürburgring. We did some runs together, and I was just so unfocused and all over the track, and I just embarrassed myself. Where as soon as I had someone chasing, I got really nervous and lost focus. This feeling did eventually start to get better the more confident I got with the Touge course, however. And that's where the burning blaze starts. When you get some confidence with the course, and your little Cappy can keep up with some of these more powerful cars, you get fucking zonked. And yes, I'm going to use that word for a lack of a better one at the time of this video. Pushing this little Cappy to its limits, creating a relationship with not just the course, but the car itself. Understanding how the trifecta of the relationship is formed between you, the car, and the course. And they all work in harmony, and this is when you reach a true flow. Even though I had gotten fairly confident in the course, I was still no stranger to mishaps. Now I'd like to bring your attention to this NSX. This is where a lot of my fun came from. We had a little bit of a back and forth between us, and it went on for a majority of this session that I was on. So check this out. While I was in the pits, he was waiting for me outside. When I pulled out of the pits, it seemed like he wanted to have a little bit of fun. So fun we had. On this first encounter I had with him, we made it all the way to the long straight. And this is where I took a bad line through the area and messed up pretty bad. When I came out of the pits, there he was, just waiting for me. It was now my turn to chase. On this run, he almost loses control on this super sharp turn, and I'm able to close the gap pretty easy on him. In the next sharp turn, he goes wide and hits the guardrail, and then cuts over too far to the right and goes off-roading a little bit, allowing me to catch up even more. After the long straight, I feel like I'm catching up to him, and I get super hype. And then I overcook it on this turn. That was the end of this run. Exiting the pits though, there he was once again, waiting on me. For a majority of the race, he stays right on me until this turn right here, where he loses control. But immediately after, I decide to do a little sightseeing myself. I leave a wide space on this sharp turn and go off the road, and I bounce around and somehow knock myself back into first. Honestly though, I think the win should have gone to him at this point right here. We work our way back around the start of the course, and a Ferrari decides to get involved. And then I do the most amazing play of all, and I overcook the first turn. And do another little bit of sightseeing. It's that time again, the end of video send-off. I hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope to see you in the next one. I didn't get this video out at the normal time because I did a lot of extra editing on this one, and it took a little bit of time. But anyway, with that, you have a good one. Until next time, take it easy.